Start. It is time to start the webinar. Thank you very much for joining us despite your busy schedule today. I am Shizuka Ko. I was serving as the chair of this webinar. I serve as the president of Japan Contact Lens Society. Nowadays, the prescribing environment of the contact lens is slowly but surely changing. I think that is what you feel. And contact lens users, whereas their age, their purposes are also becoming more and more diverse. And contact lens prescription is not just a matter for ophthalmologists, but nurses, RT, optometrists, a lot of stakeholders are involved. Therefore, everyone involved in contact lens prescription should share the purpose as well as the accountability and responsibility. Therefore, today, as Japan Contact Lens Society, we decided to hold this webinar. Today, from IACLE, we are going to receive the webinar. Rather than going into too much detail of the system or the education materials, we would like you to learn the overall picture of how the contact lens teaching is taking place in other countries. Therefore, I hope you can be relaxed today and enjoy the webinar. And we hope that you can take away something today. And moving forward, the presentation is going to be in English, but if you go to the lower end of the Zoom screen, there's an icon which looks like a globe. That's the interpretation icon. From there, you can go to interpretation and then choose Japanese. Then you are able to listen through the interpreter. So without any further ado, I would like to give the microphone to IACLE President. So over to you, Professor Morgan.
Thank you, Dr. Ko, and we're very grateful for you acting as our chair this evening. And hello, everybody. We are absolutely thrilled as IACLE to be delivering this webinar this evening. What we'd like to do is share a little bit of information about contact lens education and also what we are able to offer as an association. IACLE is the International Association of Contact Lens Educators. We are a long-standing, non-profit organisation which seeks to assist and support contact lens educators and trainers around the world. Our members are people who train others in contact lens practice, whether they are based in a clinic setting, a hospital setting, or indeed a university setting. So this evening, I'd like to share some information about what we do and how we may be able to support you in your work. Importantly, IACLE has very close partnership and relationships with the main contact lens companies. We are supported both in terms of finance and also in terms of ideas and intellectual support by all of the contact lens companies that you can see here. With the funding that they offer, we seek to develop resources and to run courses and webinars and conferences for contact lens educators. We are very conscious that the style of contact lens education around the world differs significantly. Many of our members work at universities and institutions and are delivering a university style education. So they are delivering education to large numbers of students through lectures and seminars and clinical training in a university or institutional context. However, also many of our members are in a clinic or hospital-based setting, delivering their training, perhaps to their junior colleagues, in a more of a residency style. So working with smaller numbers of students or junior colleagues who are learning about contact lens through in-practice experience. And we're very conscious that this is the type of education delivered in many ophthalmology-based contact lens countries, perhaps like Japan. As IACLE, we do not differentiate between these different modes of teaching. All of the resources and support that we are able to offer is independent on the type of teaching that you are delivering. So if you are training your students in a big institution, we can support that. If you are training junior colleagues in a clinical setting, then we can also support that as well. It's interesting, though, just to reflect on how contact lens teaching is delivered in a university context. I thought this might be of interest to our colleagues across Japan this evening. Just for your information, for those of us, somebody like me, and I'm based at the University of Manchester in the UK. I work in a university optometry department. I'm actually head of department here. And with my colleagues, we deliver something like 150 hours of dedicated contact lens teaching to our students over the course of their 4-year program. On top of this, they get a lot of independent clinical experience in addition to what we deliver directly to our students. So in many parts of the world, and this is a paper that's just been published in recent months, in many parts of the world, this is the level of contact lens teaching which is delivered. At IACLE, our goal is to increase the number of qualified contact lens educators and improve the quality of contact lens teaching and training around the world. And we do this hopefully to increase the number of skilled contact lens practitioners in each country and improve the reach and use of contact lenses around the world. We have over 1,100 members. And remember, these people are educators. They're not simply practitioners of contact lenses. They are people who are educating and training contact lenses through their institution or through their clinical setting. So we, over a 40-year period, we have developed this large wearer number. And how we are able to support you is in terms of your own contact lens teaching and training. We hope to improve both clinical skills and also educational skills of our members around the world. To illustrate this a little bit more, I'd like to invite my colleague Lakshmi Shind to deliver some information and share with you some information about the various teaching resources and learning materials that we have to offer. Lakshmi, I wonder if you could just join me here and talk through what we have and the information that we can share.
Thanks, Phil. Good evening, everybody in Japan. So IACLE has a learning management system called IACLE Top, where we store all the resources regarding contact lenses to our members. And this is basically a Canvas-based system, the LMS, which we have, and it has various resources regarding contact lens curriculum, some webinars such as these, which are recorded and uploaded, various educational webinars, research updates, and case reports, and so on. To understand this better, we'll go through the other slides in the presentation. Can you play the video, Phil?
This is the interpreter speaking. There's no audio coming through. There's no audio.
And you can have. Phil, I think you'll have. Okay, it's coming now as well. So I guess we'll have to replay from the beginning, Phil. What I'd like to say here.
Okay, sorry everybody, a slight audio problem. I'm just going to replay this slide from the beginning. Here we go. Thank you for your patience.
Everybody, once you log into IACLE Top, these are the slabs normally you will see on the dashboard. I know everybody is very eager to look at the Japanese resources, but I just like to add some information. The ICLC, or the contact lens course, is the resource which acts like a contact lens curriculum and has a lot of lectures, slides, and notes. We update this every 5 years, and the latest is the ICLC 2025. And you can have access through some of these as well through the topic hub. What I'd like to say here is about some of the keys which can be translated into Japanese. I'll just give a demonstration. When you open any of these slabs and you go down to settings, as I'm doing here, you can actually scroll down and change the language to Japanese. And then if you update the course details, everything changes into the Japanese language. This is one advantage with the Canvas LMS system. So that's an advantage that you have in terms of the LMS system. So even if you can't follow English, you can change the keys into Japanese, and it helps you to navigate along IACLE Top seamlessly. Regards the topic hub, which lodges all the Japanese resources, what we did initially, as you saw in the earlier slide, is there are various tabs for the contact lens curriculum, flashcards, case reports, and the various resources that we have. But what we came about with the topic hub is to select each of these resources and club it together according to a contact lens topic, such as soft toric lens, orthokeratology, presbyopia, rigid gas permeable toric fitting, and myopia management. This is known as the topic hub. So if you, for example, if you go into soft toric lens hub, you will find the various resources from each of these above topics, such as the curriculum, flashcards, case reports, in pertaining to the soft toric lenses under this particular topic. So you need not go searching for each of these resources. And that's the reason we formulated the topic hub. Moving on to the topic hub, which holds all the Japanese resources. You can see here that there are various languages that are given here. The topic hub houses all the resources such as the ICLC lectures, the flashcards, case reports, and so on, topic-wise. The topics that we have completed as of today is the soft toric contact lenses, rigid toric lenses, orthokeratology, myopia management. We also have assistance in terms of how to assess the students in all these topics, and using these topics, how can you organize a one-day seminar. Let's say, for example, in soft toric contact lenses, if you want to arrange a one-day workshop, we have given an agenda that you can follow, or you can change that according to the timings that suit you as well. Now going on to the Japanese one. If you click on the soft toric lenses, for example, these are the resources that are housed under each topic. The ICLC lecture. iPearls is a dictated lecture. The person who normally dictates these lectures are quite well known internationally as they've worked on that particular topic. Flashcards are usually assistive educational material for students, especially as a quick reference guide which can be used in the clinics, case reports, and of course the assessment. Let's start with the ICLC. These PowerPoint slides can be downloaded as well in the PowerPoint format. You can see the download sign on the left-hand side on top. And these are the translated materials that we have. I can scroll down to any of the slides. So this roughly has, the lecture has, I think, over 100 slides, as you can see. So it's quite elaborate. The lectures are quite elaborate and do have diagrammatic representations also, as you can see. And it's, of course, in a downloadable format. After the ICLC, we have what's called as the iPearls, which are dictated lectures, and they run for around approximately 20 minutes in various topics. As you can see, we have the lecture, the summary of the lecture, who's the presenter, the transcript of the entire lecture in Japanese as well, and the assessment. Let's get into the lecture. And you also have closed caption options. All the lectures will be in English, but the closed caption can be in Japanese. You can go to settings and then change the caption to Japanese. And once you start playing the lecture,
and today we'll be covering
you will have the
astigmatism with
caption
contact
in
lenses,
Japanese.
the part one of iPearls. Portion of the base is actually pushed out from under the lower lid. So when it is pushed out from under the lower lid,
this is an example of the iPearls lecture. And you also have, as I said, the summary and transcript of the entire lecture as well, along with the assessments, which come in Japanese. Following this is the flashcard. These flashcards, as the topic says, is for soft toric lenses. There are two formats, the PowerPoint as well as the PDF format. First is the PowerPoint format, and below that is the PDF format, which can be downloaded. And usually it's a A4 size, which can be printed on both sides and can be used in the clinic as a ready reference. These are the different slides under the soft toric, and all have been translated as well. And the PowerPoint lecture is more elaborate than compared to the PDF format of the flashcard, where a summary of the same information is given in 2 sheets of A4 size paper, which can be printed back to back and used as a ready reference in the clinic. Demonstration for soft toric contact lenses. Similarly, there are lectures and iPearl lectures for rigid toric, orthokeratology, myopia management, and so on. We also, as I said, have the organizing a topic seminar where we have a full day schedule which acts as a guide in case you want to run a 1 or 1.5 day workshop. And this is basically the agenda which has been recommended by IACLE. はい、この講師の内容はですね、PowerPoint を使って、Japanese の方に翻訳していきます。で、PowerPoint を使って、Japanese の方に翻訳していきます。で、その後、Q&A を行います。
Thank you, Lakshmi. Thank you for sharing that information with us. I'm going to just finish today's webinar just with some further information about how we can support people offering contact lens training. Each year, we offer a fellowship examination. This is a very prestigious test of contact lens knowledge, and people passing the examination who have been a member of IACLE for at least 1 year are eligible to become a fellow, and this is a prestigious recognition of your contact lens skills, and so that is available to our members to take or to sit every year. We offer virtual conferences, usually 2 times a year. We have a virtual conference. This is a 3-hour meeting, usually held on a Saturday. This would be evening time in Japan. These are excellent, high quality events. Our next virtual conference is scheduled for May of this year, when we will be discussing the JEWS 3 report. And in fact, we have been fortunate to attract some of the senior authors of the report to this meeting. So if you'd like to get updated on the dry eye workshop version 3, then please watch out for our virtual meeting in May. We offer various awards each year. We recognize the Contact Lens Educator of the Year in each of the 3 IACLE regions. In addition, we also offer a travel award, usually to a more junior colleague who we can fund to attend one of the major optometry or ophthalmology conferences around the world. So all of our award winners are able to attend an international high quality conference. So that's something also you may like to look out for. In terms of our Asia Pacific region, well, of course, this is the area which covers Japan. We have over 700 members in this region, but we have very few members in Japan. And part of the purpose of this webinar is to share what we are able to offer for our colleagues who are training others in contact lenses in Japan. We would very much like to increase the amount of information we have in Japanese, to translate more resources, and indeed to have some new members in Japan. So if what you have heard today you think might be of interest, or we can support your work, then please consider joining IACLE. If we can get a reasonable numbers of members in Japan, then I think we'll be able to start holding specific education orientated contact lens meetings in Japan, either in person or online. We'd really love to be part of fostering a community of Japan-based contact lens educators, and I'm very much hoping that we can start that journey today. I am going to bring us to a close now, just with some final information. Everything that you've heard today, all of the resources that we generate and meetings and conferences that we host, we're able to do with the support of our industry partners. Hopefully after today, there's been some information that's of interest to you. You might like to consider following one of our social media sites. We are listed as the IACLE on all of the social media sites that you can see here. And if you want to take one photograph or one screen capture from today, perhaps this is the one. Here's how you can find out more information about today, about IACLE, and how you can join. If you are interested in joining, if you are an educator or a trainer in contact lenses, we have a membership fee each year of $100. We also have our email there of our chief executive, Bonnie Boschart, and that's another way of contacting us. We'd love to hear your feedback. We'd love to hear how we can support you as IACLE. We'd love to have any questions. We've been working with the Japan Contact Lens Society for about the last 3 years closely, trying to understand the Japan situation and trying to see what we are able to offer as an international educational organization. And as you've seen today, we have an increasing set of resources translated into Japanese, and we can grow this further. Of course, we'd very much like to hear how you would like us to do that. We we so we're very grateful to the Japan Contact Lens Society for their support. There is opportunity. We have about 1 or 2 minutes for any questions. If anybody would like to ask a question, then please just turn on your camera and you can certainly ask your question in Japanese. And Sakanui-san, our interpreter, will translate that into English for me or also for Lakshmi, or you can drop a note in the chat also here on Zoom. So there may be time for 1 or 2 questions. Dr. Ko-san, do you have any final comments or thoughts of what you have heard this evening?
Thank you, everyone, for joining us. If you have any question, this is Yoshino speaking. Regarding the Japanese translation, who did you ask to have the results translated into Japanese? Who did you contact or ask to have your results translated?
We identified an interpreter, I think actually through Dr. Ko, recommended somebody who recommended an interpreter. So all of the resources have been professionally translated through a human. We are not relying on AI for most of our translation, although maybe in 1 or 2 areas of the website that can be a useful starting point. But we have been using a professional interpreter who has experience in the ophthalmology area, Dr. Yoshino. Thank you for your question. This is something, of course, that is critical for us, that the quality of our translation is perfect. And over time, if you have any comments or feedback, then certainly this is something that we'd like to discuss with you or anybody else who might be able to advise or help us. Thank you for your question.
Thank you.
Because when translating from English to Japanese, sometimes there are difficulty translating, but we made sure that the translation is fine quality. Therefore, but if you want to make any feedback, we appreciate your feedback and advice. Any other question from anyone else? I would like to ask a question, if I may. So in other Asian countries, I understand that IACLE is active, but do you provide in-person training or education, or is it just a webinar? Do you do in-person physical education?
No, we offer many in-person meetings around the world, and we would really love to do an in-person meeting in Japan at some stage, maybe in the coming months. We generally call these member meetings. So it's an opportunity for all of our members within a country to get together for anything from a couple of hours to a whole day to discuss both matters of education and also matters of clinical practice. Remember, that's what we're trying to do, to get people the best quality clinical education, but also the best quality information around how to best teach the practice of contact lenses. Often our members meetings are held alongside a conference that's already running, of course. So you can see perhaps in the coming months that we could get together with a members meeting for our colleagues in Japan. That would be really amazing if there is sufficient interest and we could do something like that. Dr. Ko, thank you.
Thank you. Last year or 2 years ago, Professor Morgan has delivered a special seminar when we had the Japan Contact Lens Society, and we are hoping to hold meetings together moving forward. And thank you very much, Professor Morgan and Dr. Lakshmi. And so contact lens practice and education that we are engaged day to day, I hope you were able to understand how it's perceived globally. And we hope that the webinar today help you to reflect your day-to-day practice or education. And Japan Contact Lens Society, first, it's the actually first time to disseminate this kind of information about moving forward around education and practice or clinical practice. We would like to continue to dispatch and disseminate this kind of information in one way or another. And if you want to know anything more in detail, please let us know, send us your feedback so that we can improve or plan for future meetings. I have one announcement before we close. And Japan Contact Lens Society will hold a seminar with BCLA Asia in May this year. Co-medical or junior doctors can come and learn practically. We are planning to do some hands-on seminar for contact lens. And the members of the Japan Contact Lens Society, the membership, the participation is free of charge. So I hope you would be there. And I hope that the webinar today will be your first step. Once again, everyone, thank you very much for joining us this morning.
Arigato.
So once again, thank you, everyone.